What's up, Catamount Nation?
Just a little bit louder, Joseph. Just a little bit louder.
Whisper.
Yeah, but like whisper enough so she puts it. You go where?
You go.
Oh no! I hope that's on camera.
Oh no! We love you, Hugo. Are you ready? Yeah. All right, this week we're going to kick off recapping our duel against Cary and Holly Springs. I was very excited for the duel. I was very excited going in. We had a few kids out. We had a last minute, medical disqualification due to ringworm. So my excitement kind of dwindled very fast. And then once we started, the kids wrestled very well. There's a few matches to point out. At 157, Ethan Cohen, he was down by a lot against, I don't know the kid's name from Cary, but he's a pretty tough wrestler. Yeah. And then Ethan got him in a good position and ended up pinning the kid, which it was too early in the duel to say that turned things around, but it definitely helped shift the momentum to Panther Creek.
Can we go back real quick for 1 second to beginning of the duel, right, or before the duel? We were both super excited for this duel. Cary's always a big duel. We haven't beat Cary since 2016, so I went back and looked at it. 2016, the last time we beat Cary, so we were super excited about it. We were like, oh, we got this one this year. We're gonna do good. We're gonna win. And then Noah Vo goes out, right? And then Gabe Momo's out. And then we get there, weigh-ins, Learberg's out with ringworm. And we literally both looked at each other before that duel and we're like, all right, well, this is over. So 100% thought we were gonna lose. But then, come back and we started at 150, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Ilya, even in a loss, Ilya looked good. That kid at 150 is probably a state placer this year. And he fought his butt off and only gave up a major, I believe. Yeah. And then, Ethan with the big pin, that shifted everything. Yeah.
The momentum definitely shifted our direction, and I think we dropped 165, we won 75, we dropped 190, and then we won 215 in heavyweight. We won 106, 113. Did we win 120?
Yeah.
We won 120, and then Giselle Raleigh stepped in and the headlock queen that's walking around. She came in and sealed the deal. We got to 42 points, and after Giselle's match, once we noticed we got to 42 points, I think the entire team kind of went crazy in excitement once we realized that Cary couldn't come back at that point. I don't think I've ever seen our team that excited.
Oh, they were it was absolutely insane. It was crazy. Everybody knew how big it is. Cary, all respect to that program. They've been the program to be in North Carolina in general for the past 30 years or whatever. Yeah. Beating a team like that is always huge, especially when you haven't done it in almost 10 years, 8-9 years, whatever it was. But I do want to say we carried Cary at 165. Usually they're really good at playing the bumping game, and so we got to 65 and we did a little bumping of ourselves, and it turned out good. And then, of course, on the backside, Jacob Dewey with a huge win. Joey, I think at 120, you're talking about, right? Jesse gets the pin. Joey, if he pins, the duel's over, but he gets the tech because Cary kid's tough, fights off his back. And so, we send out Giselle to seal the deal, and she does Giselle things. So that was fun. And then, they forfeited the rest of them, I guess.
Yeah, but it was over at that point. I did hear later in the week that one of my kids clapped in the Cary coach's face, so I am going to apologize on their behalf. I think, obviously chirping during the match and the coaches getting into it, hypes up the duel, but obviously we want the kids to stay respectful. So, Coach Tutterow, I am deeply sorry for those actions.
That's the first I've heard of it, so we'll talk about that later. Obviously it's fun. It's a sport. We're supposed to hype it up. Little trash talk's always fun. But there's lines you shouldn't cross. But I thought it went great. We handled our business. Holly Springs. Only had 6 kids, and it went the way we thought it was going to go. So not really much to say in that duel. But girls also got really big win, beating Cary 54-18, I believe. Cary beat us last year because they had a full lineup and we showed up with like 6 or 7 girls, and it's one of the situations where we actually won more matches than they did in the duel. But you know, this year we both had full lineups and we handled business, so that was exciting. But I mean, honestly, like dominated in that duel. We looked really good. Started off though, like Cary got one at 185 against Priscilla, but you know, after that we pretty much handled the rest of the way. So that was a big one for the program, for the girls. You know, last year kind of feeling like, you know, you walk away a loser, but you know, you won more matches than you lost. So it's kind of tough. Jesus. But yeah, that was a big one. And then the weekend was fun. Went to Rosewood. Girls started off on Friday night, got second as a team, lost to Millbrook by just a few team points. And then we had, 5 in the finals, 2 champs, and then a third, I believe. So Giselle and Priscilla both won the tournament. Giselle beat the number 2 girl in the state by major. So, you know, obviously that's a pretty big win. Girl's undefeated. I think she's like 19 or 20-0 heading into the match, and Giselle kind of beat her up. And then Priscilla, right, pinning her way through the tournament in the finals, wrestling a returning Virginia.
I'm about.
She pinned a returning state finalist from Virginia in the finals. That was huge. So, I mean, obviously, anytime you beat somebody that's been in the state finals, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Then other girls, you know, did really well, right? Elisha and Kelsey both made the finals. Sophia made the finals. And Ava gets third.
Yep.
So, little Ava. She has not lost more than one match in a tournament.
Switching over for the guys, I'll just go from smallest to largest, I guess. Our largest weight class last weekend was 165, which is crazy.
Only like half a lineup in.
But Jacob Dewey at 106. I think he went 3-2. Again, his first year wrestler that's just been like soaking up every bit of knowledge that he can, and every weekend he goes out there and wrestles. I don't think he's went 0-2 yet this year at a tournament, and he's a first year wrestler. At 106. 113. Jesse made it to the finals, knocked off some kids, and then in the finals he lost against, I can't remember if it's Holton Quincy or Quincy Holton. Holton Quincy.
Defending state champ.
Defending state champ. That kid's pretty tough. I helped coach him this summer at I-64. Jesse lost 8-0, but Jesse rode the kid out for, 2.5, 3 minutes in the second and third period, which was good to see. Obviously, we got to get better on our feet to beat good kids in the state.
Yeah. But riding him out is pretty, like, that's a statement in itself, you know, only losing by 8 points and riding the kid, like, a lot. Yeah. That's great. Obviously, you got to take him down to win the match. But you know, if you can't get away, that's a plus. Yeah.
At 120, at Joey Johnson. I think Joey's highlight of the weekend was
spamming a lat drop.
Spamming a lat drop against a very strong kid that wasn't going to work on. But then also there was one match Joey was like one takedown away from getting teched, and then Joey just went for it and pinned a very good kid, which was exciting. At 26, I'm sorry. Kenzo started off today tech pinning someone, and then
Kenzo has 2 children. Yeah. Now. He does.
And then he got tech pinned after that himself. So
he he also tech pinned someone.
So it kind of like he got his get back on that one.
The highlight of the entire weekend, guys, girls, everybody for me, was watching Kenzo gator roll a kid to tech pin him.
Yeah.
I lost my mind.
It's funny, Kenzo this week in his wrestle offs, he gator rolled himself to his back twice.
I always hate when kids hit one move one time and it looks great, and then that's just their identity for the rest of their life.
At 38, we had Jackson Young. Looking at the bracket, we were pretty confident that he was going to make the finals. He ran into this kid from South Central that I think he beat by 4 points at Red Wolf at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And then he came back and put up 27 points on the kid. I think he won 27-9. And then Jackson lost in the finals. We're not going to talk about how, but it is on Carolina Mat News if you want to see it. It happened very fast. He got splayed up, but I'm going to move on because he's going to get angry.
That one was tough though. Like, I feel like watching, we were only wrestled for like a minute, but just watching the wrestling start and the hand fight and watching how it was going, like I feel like if we don't get caught in that spladle, I feel like we win the match. I really want to see that kid again.
Yeah.
I really want to see that kid again because, props to him. The kid's a returning state finalist. Like he's a really good wrestler. Obviously, you don't just spladle people by accident, but that's one of those situations, man, where you hate to say like he got caught, but like, kid's slick and it happens. Yeah. But no, that was fun. And then Mumo wrestled great.
Yeah.
I ended up getting fourth. Man, he just when he's on, he beats people up, and it's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. He hit one of the most beautiful lat drops I've seen in a long time, and I think his first match.
Yeah. He also hit the Russian snap again.
Oh, the Russian snap.
It's like he's the YouTube kid on the team, and we get very angry when he hits YouTube moves and they don't work, but when they do work, it's like the world's ending for us. So
it's pissing me off because last year he went YouTube move all the time and it never worked, and now this year it's starting to work, and I can't say don't do it anymore.
He also tech pinned a kid that really shouldn't have been a tech pin. Like he had already teched him and then literally reset, and the ref didn't know it was a tech. But then he hit the Irv Nasty, which is just a hammer series, which got me really excited as well.
Yeah.
At 150, Ilya ended up getting third place. I can't remember who he lost to.
He lost to the Middlebrook kid.
Yeah, he lost to the kid from Middlebrook. Millbrook, sorry. It's kind of funny. They both look Russian. Ilya's actually Russian. The Millbrook kid is not Russian, but then they became best friends.
And bonded over looking like each other.
Yeah, they were cheering for each other the rest of the day, which that's one of the things that makes wrestling unique. I think
it was fun.
At 157, Ethan, I think he went 3-2 as well. Had some tough matches. Ended up dropping 2 matches to the same kid. That I honestly think Ethan can beat the kid, but we got to get better on our feet to beat some of these tough kids.
Really gritty wins. The Pass It Tank, or however you say that school, that kid he beat was 20-3 heading into the match, and was like prototypical what you want to look like as a wrestler. Dude looked like a Greek god, but he had some really gritty wins. That was good. Alejandro absolutely balled out, making the finals the first time in his career, making a varsity final, and he ran into a kid that's a state finalist last year, from Rosewood.
Yeah.
Rosewood kid was good. That was also one of those situations, I hate to say it, but one of those situations as a coach where you totally judge the kid before the match. I'm looking across and I'm like, man, we got this dude. We got this dude all day. And then
looks are very deceiving.
He went to work on Alejandro in the finals. but Alejandro wrestled awesome.
Yeah, had a very good overtime match in the semifinals against a kid from West Craven. I'm sorry. I don't remember what the score exactly was, but they ended up going into the
ultimate tiebreakers.
Ultimate tiebreakers, yeah.
Well, not ultimate. They went. It's just the second tiebreaker.
Yeah.
But Alejandro had to beat the West Craven kid and the ref in that match. But got a big 7-point move in the first tiebreaker. He escaped, and then it was an inside trip or something to his back. That was huge.
Yep.
But big one.
But overall, I think they wrestled well.
Yeah.
You're probably going to see this very delayed, but tonight we wrestled Cedar Ridge, which again is like one of those teams that we purposely put on the schedule just to get a mid-season check of where our kids are at, where we need to work on. And then this weekend we're traveling to Asheville for Smoky Mountain Grapple, which
looking forward to it.
Well, we will be recording an episode there, I think.
Yeah.
But we're excited. Big tournament. I looked this morning again. I think the smallest guys bracket had 37 guys in it.
Yeah.
So it'll be a long 2-day tournament, but again, another good test mid-season.
This next 2 weeks is tough. We always build it this way in the season where it kind of builds up to this right around New Year's Eve kind of time. We had some tough tournaments, and then we kind of scale it back a little bit for a few weeks and ramp it back up again. But this is going to be the time where we kind of really find out who's who. Cedar Ridge, always tough. Coach Metcalf does a really great job over there, so we love wrestling those guys because we know no matter what, they're going to be a well-coached team and they're going to come out and scrap, and it's a good bar of seeing where we're at. And then the Tiger and Smoky Mountain are both just the Tiger is murderous this year. I've been to the Tiger for like 6 straight years, and it's always tough. This year might be the craziest one I've ever seen.
Yeah. And I was thinking with the way the holiday lined up, I thought less teams were going to be there, and then I looked at the teams list, and I was like, wow, we could have taken we could have taken the weekend off.
Yeah.
But again, if you're not getting tough competition, your kids are going to make it to the regional tournament and not do well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
I don't buy into that. Like, let's protect the records and have a 20-2 kid at the region tournament that's a 2 seed but hasn't wrestled anybody worth a crap.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't do anything, but you just
it's
end
like
up
a
getting
soft sense
upset
of like
in the region.
reality.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather go in as a 7 seed that has some losses but has been in the thick of it and been in some competition all year and upsets my seed, right? I'd rather that all day. So. No, but I'm excited. Next 2 weeks are going to be really fun. Smoky's always fun. I say always. This is our second time going, but I mean that's something we're going to do for years and years to come because it's a really fun tournament. Really good, well run, good teams. Like we're looking forward to it. So anyway, I think we need to jump on and do our special guest here.
Yeah, I also just burped, and I'm sure she can hear it.
And we're back. With our special guest, Giselle Riley.
Hello.
All right, so fresh off a tournament win, right? Fresh off a tournament win, not only a tournament win, but defeating the number 2 girl in the state by major. She was 19-0 or 20-0 heading into that match, and then you headlocked her multiple times and threw her around the mat like it was nothing. How'd that feel?
Great.
That's all.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing.
But no, it was a really good weekend. Girls team got second, and really did well. Priscilla had a big one in the finals. How did you think that the girls team did?
I feel like we did really good as a team, but I feel like we could have done better.
Why?
There's a lot of things that I could point out right now, like not taking shots. I know I don't take shots, okay? I know I don't. But there's so much times that people could have taken shots. Candace.
Yep.
And she actually did wrestle good though. Everybody wrestled great.
Yeah. No, everybody wrestled great. You got to sit out for the first month of the season, come back from an injury. So obviously that's not fun, but you had a different perspective of the team. What did you enjoy about watching the team the first month of the season? This is a brand new team. Only 3 or 4 of you are returners.
Honestly, I thought as first year wrestlers, everybody did so amazing. I was very proud because I've been wrestling for a while now, maybe 3 or 4 years now, and just watching them be way better than me my first and second year wrestling is just amazing.
Yeah.
Made me cry a little bit.
Cry a little bit. She's cried several times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been great. All right, if you had to pick 1 or 2, right? We're throwing out the old heads, all right? But the new girls, right? You had to pick 1 or 2 that's really been exciting and been fun to watch, or you want people to watch moving forward. Who are they?
Okay, my first one, a match I'm always excited to watch, Jaya.
Jaya?
100%. She's so aggressive and strong, and then she just goes out there without a care. You don't even you look at her face and she's all ready to go, even before the match. Her and sorry, cherry trip. Who else? There's a lot.
Gotta pick one more. Who else is exciting to watch? Who do you enjoy? They're coming up, you gotta watch it.
I say Kelsey.
Kelsey?
Yeah, she's very aggressive. She barely, only 2 losses.
Yeah, she's only lost I think 3 times this year.
3 times?
It's 12-3 or something like that. But
I feel like she just goes out there without a care in the world. She just wrestles.
Yeah, that's good. She's really hard to get to her legs. Hard to take her down.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But we got a hard couple of weeks coming up. You've been through this grind last year, but I say you've been through the grind last year. Last year you got second at Smoky and you won the Tiger. So it's you're one of the best girls in the state, if not the best. So what are you looking forward to next couple weeks?
Getting first. I want my title back.
Want Smoky back?
Yeah. I went 7-0 at Smoky last year in the finals match.
You lost 7-0?
7-0.
Well, maybe that girl will be back. They might
She
be
graduated.
back. Oh, she graduated? All right. Well,
I checked. They're not there. I wish she was.
still got to get her to get back.
'Cause I feel like if at my point right now, I could definitely beat her.
Yeah. So, one in Smoky, one in Tiger.
Tiger's going to be hard.
Tiger's going to be tough
It's
for
going to
sure.
be tough, but I still feel like I'm going to be first.
It's all right. You're the defending champ. Got this. All right. Well, I guess we'll finish it up. Tell me, what are your goals for the rest of the year?
My main goal is to be a state champion. I feel like me pushing through like major injuries, even right now, it's just like been my goal this whole season. My last year, season 2, I went 2-2 at state last year. It sucks, but you know I just keep pushing. I'm like really grateful for my coaches pushing me so far. I would have quit like multiple times. You already know. I texted you multiple times talking about I was gonna quit. You never let me quit, and I'm grateful for that.
I'm not letting you go anywhere. That's
Yeah, I know.
for sure. But yeah, I mean,
Christmas.
make the blood round last year, and lose a tough type match, and this year you're gonna go from blood round to state champ, no doubt.
Wait, do it again. Snail.
Oh my God. We out.
That it?
All right, we're done.
I was not prepared for this at all.
Let's do it. Me either.